Welcome back to our Sidus Link Pro user guide series. We just finished recording cues, cue stacks, and cue actions. We are now going to go over editing and running cues, quick shots, and workflows. Welcome to editing and running cues. Let's record a few cues that we can play with. Bring a fixture onto your stage and set it to 100% intensity. Then click over to the HSI tab, and on the HSI wheel, select a color of light blue and press record. On the cue pop-up, let's give it a name of light blue and select blue as the cue card color. Next, let's change the intensity to 20%, and from the HSI menu, click on an orange on the HSI wheel. Press record and name the cue orange, and we'll select the yellow-orange color for the cue card color. Now, let's edit these cues. If you want to edit a cue you have recorded to modify a level, double-tap the cue card to bring up the Edit Cue window. The Edit Cue window will show you the fixtures and levels set in your look. Change a value or even add a new light in this view. If you remove a light from a cue, it will not output in that cue. These changes will happen backstage, so the changes are not live. Go ahead and modify your look and then hit save. You can also use the left and right caret to advance to the next cue or previous cue in the cue stack when looking at the Edit Cue window. The other way to edit a cue is with a merge cue. A merge cue function will add any fixtures from the stage to the current cue. It will replace any existing fixtures saved in the cue with the values from the stage. Let's record a simple cue and use merge. Bring two fixtures onto the stage and set a level on each of 3200K and 100% intensity. Tap and open master and then tap record. On the create new cue window, create a name of merge 1 and then tap OK. Then tap go on the master to load it and clear your stage. Let's pretend that this is the look for your scene and it has, let's say, 20 lights recorded. Now the gaffer asks for the MC Pro you just added to actually be 4300K at 50%. There are two ways you can save this new value into your cue. You can double tap the cue card to bring up the Edit Cue window and edit it backstage, or we can merge the cue. Let's try a merge. Tap on the MC Pro or the other light you just added. It will bring it onto the stage at 3200K at 100%, because that is what the cue merge 1 is running at. Next, make your change to the light. Bring it down to 50% intensity and change the CCT to 4300K. Now, tap on the same master and tap record. Now, from the Create New Cue window, select Merge Cue and press OK. This will replace the values of color and intensity for only the fixtures that were on the stage at the merge. This process of merging is done often throughout the day as lights are added to a look and modified during lighting setups. Keep in mind, Sidus Link Pro is currently set up as a cue-only system, which means if a value is in Q1 and has no value in Q2, it will be off in Q2. To remove a cue stack from a master, if it is playing back DMX, it first must be unloaded. To unload a cue stack, tap on the cue stack name and press Unload. Tap the cue stack name again, and the button will now say Remove. This will not delete the cue stack, but it will remove it from your 10 available cue stack masters. In order to load a cue or cue list that you have previously removed, you must go to the cue stack list. To open the cue stack list, tap Cue Stack List button on the right bar at the bottom. This will bring up all of the cue stacks or single cues that you have created. In this window, you can drag a cue stack onto a master. You can also drag a cue list off of a master to unload and remove it. You can tap a cue stack to bring up cue options like Rename, Copy, and Delete. To bulk delete cue stacks, press and hold on the cue stack name and a dash will appear on all cue stacks to delete. If you drag and drop a cue list onto a master that has an existing cue list, the current cue will be unloaded and removed back to the cue list window. Let's go ahead and drop in some new cues onto our master. Also, let's bulk delete any cue lists that we don't need right now. The Edit Cue Sequence window is where you can visually edit your cue timings and cue order. To open the Edit Cue Sequence window, tap the Edit Cue Sequence window button in the bottom right-hand corner. Now you will see all of your cue sequences listed out horizontally. To change the order of a cue stack, press and hold on the cue card and drag it to its desired place. To edit the fade time of a cue, tap on the fade time and a window will pop up for easy editing of the fade time. If your fade time has a timing of 0, it will show a straight cut. If your fade time is greater than 0, it will show a crossfading icon. To change or edit the cue action, tap on the cue action button below the cue card. You can change it from hold, bump, latch, and wait. We also have our end of cue action button. Go ahead and tap the loop at the end of a cue sequence. It will bring up the other options for the end of cue actions. Loop action means that at the end of the cues running, it will go back to the first cue. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is the default. A hold last cue action will prevent the cue from progressing any further. This helps with accidental button presses where you don't want it to loop back to cue 1. Bounce is for effects, where it would go 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, and continue. Connect to Master will press the Go button on another master at the end of the action. It is a way to link masters together. Unload will unload the cue stack on the next action button press. It is similar to how when you have a latch button, it will unload the cue. So, let's try out some cues. Let's go to our stoplight gag. First, open the Edit Cue Stack list. Find Scene 21 Traffic Light and tap on it and select Copy. Tap on it again and let's rename it to Scene 21 Traffic Fade. Next, press and hold on it and drag it to an open master or a master that has a cue on it. If you drag it to a master with a cue on it, it will unload that cue and assign the new cue to that master. Next, let's open the Edit Cue Sequence window by tapping the button in the bottom right. Find our sequence, Scene 21 Traffic Fade. Now, let's add some fade times in it of 1 second for each transition. Then, let's change the order from green, yellow, red to green, red, yellow. Do this by pressing and holding on the cue card and moving it to its new place. Lastly, we just found out the director wants the light to change on a specific line. So let's change the red action from a wait time into a hold time so it will await the next button pressed. Now, let's give it a try. Close the Edit Cue Sequence window and press Go on our master. How did we do? Now that you've recorded a cue stack and cycled through the different actions they can do, what if you wanted a special light chase you programmed on Master 1 to trigger at the same time as a new key light fade on Master 5, and you had to do this when the actor hit their mark? First, we'll toggle on Multi-Select to the right of the cue stack displays. This allows you to select multiple cue stack masters to be active simultaneously. Any action button on one stack will also cue the action on the other stack. So we would select Master 1 and Master 5, and then wait for the actor to hit their mark, and then press Go on either master. To turn off multi-select, simply untoggle the multi-select toggle on the bottom right. When running cues, the priorities of the masters are always LTP, meaning latest takes precedence. When using multi-select masters, since there is no latest, the priority is given to the lowest master number. So if I record a cue with MC Pro 1 on Master 10 and make it green, and then I record a cue with MC Pro 1 on Master 1 and make it blue, then if I do a multi-select on Master 1 and Master 10 and hit Go, the values of Master 1 would output for the MC Pro because Master 1 has a higher priority on multi-cues than Master 10. To change the playback priority of the cue stack masters for multi-select, go into the cue sequence window, tap the icon in the top right to open the playback priority display. The cue stack masters are listed as the highest priority from the left to the right. Drag the tiles to change the priority of a cue stack master. For our users familiar with Quickshots from Sidus Link, they are included here in Sidus Link Pro as well, and they work with the same behavior as they did in Sidus Link. In Sidus Link Pro version 1.0, Sidus Bluetooth fixtures must be recorded into Quickshots, and DNX-enabled fixtures must be recorded into queues. This means that any Sidus Bluetooth fixture you have patched without using DMX will not be recorded into a queue. To record a Quickshot, after adding your Bluetooth fixtures to the stage, tap the Quickshot button on the right toolbar. This will bring up the Quickshots list. Press the white plus sign to record a new Quickshot. Give your Quickshot a name and a color. Now Sidus Link Pro can send the saved Sidus Bluetooth commands to your Bluetooth-enabled lights. To execute a Quickshot, tap on the Quickshot number to send the Bluetooth command to all of the Bluetooth lights. All the lights connected via Sidus Bluetooth saved in the Quickshot will dim to 0 and then fade to their new level. Now Sidus Link Pro can send the saved Sidus Bluetooth commands to your Bluetooth-enabled lights. Further enhancements will be coming to Sidus Bluetooth control in additional updates. Now that we have all of the tools and instructions on how to complete everything, let's talk about how we can put these into action. Here is one workflow process to use Sidus Link Pro on your next production. After patching all of your lights into your scene, let's bring the lights onto the stage by selecting them from the fixture list and set levels and colors for these fixtures. Next, let's record the cue by tapping on the master and tapping record. On the Create New Cue pop-up, let's label the cue with the scene number of the shot and a short description that we get from the slate of the camera. For example, Scene 21A-wide. Scene 21A represents the shot that you're shooting at that moment, and a simple short description of wide will help you to recall it later. Next, name the cue stack to the date and set that we are on. To do this, tap the cue stack name and select Rename. Let's rename this one to the date of 4/22/24 and then Interior Farmhouse Day. This will help us to realize what this whole cue stack symbolizes. And inside this one cue stack, we will have all the shots that we accomplished on that set. If we move to another set, we should record that new set onto a new master and create a new cue stack for that. We would label that with the same date and the new set, Interior Bedroom Night. Next, let's play the cue and clear the stage. Now, what always happens on the set is that changes are made after the set is lit. Because the cue is running, when the lights are selected from the fixture list, they are brought onto the stage with the same color and intensity that is running in the cue. So let's make a change to the intensity and color of one of our lights. If the cameras have not yet recorded a take, you can press record and select merge from the cue pop-up to add the changes to that cue, then clear the stage. If the cameras have recorded a take, then I would copy the current cue by pressing and holding on the cue card, selecting duplicate. Then tap next on the cue action to load the new cue. Then press and hold again to rename the new cue with the new scene on the camera slate. Scene 21 Bravo-CU for close-up. Then make changes to the stage and once again tap record and select merge cue to merge the stage into the current cue, and then clear the stage. Then repeat this 10 to 15 times per day. For each new day on the same set, I like to duplicate the previous day's cue stack where we left off. To do this, open the cue stack list, single tap on a cue stack and select copy. Then drag and drop the new cue stack onto an open master. Next, tap on the cue stack name and select rename to rename it to the current shoot day and slate number. Next, open the edit cue sequence window, and on the newly created cue stack, tap on the cues before the last one in the list and select delete. Next, press and hold on the cue card to update the cue card with the new scene for the day, Scene 21 Charlie. Now close the edit cue sequence window and hit go on your new cue list. Now you're ready to start the next day of shooting and can also look back on the previous day if needed. Then repeat that for each new day. Alright, that video was massive. You can now record and playback cues. We've gone over masters and the stage. We've reviewed and practiced a common set workflow. Keep watching here, and we will keep bringing you educational content to get you optimized on Sidus Link Pro.